APC jealously, not for a stipend, not for a bag of Indomie or a loaf of bread. Come on. Joy, what do you say to that?
Absolutely. I mean, you have said it well. And again, your vote is your power. Use it wisely.
Yeah, use it wisely. Let's quickly inform you that our outside broadcast team, they're out there right here in the blue roof of Lagos Television and Agege local government as well for the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food System commissioning of the Fresh Food Hub. And here in the premises of Lagos Television, the Nigerian Labour Congress will be having the inauguration of the Working People United Support Group. Possibly during the program, we might need to link up with these teams outside the premises of the station. All right, let's take our news points. We're starting with Mr. President this morning. No difference worth breaking Nigeria apart. That statement is coming from the president. President Bola Tinubu has called on Nigerians to preserve the unity of the country despite their differences, saying dialogue remains essential to sustaining Nigeria as a united nation. Tinubu, represented by the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barau, stated this on Tuesday at the International Conference on Security and National Unity, organized by Jamaatul Islamiyah of Nigeria in collaboration with the Muslim World League. The president said the government was committed to addressing Nigeria's security challenges and promoting peace globally through collaboration with other nations. He said, and I'm quoting Mr. President, not only that the government is determined to make sure that we remain united as a country despite our differences. Whatever the differences may be, we should talk and remain in this country and allow this country to remain a united nation and a united country. Tinubu said the conference was timely given the multiple security challenges confronting the world, acting that its deliberation will contribute to efforts to achieve sustainable regional, continental, and global peace. He also commended the Muslim World League for partnering with JIBWIS and choosing Nigeria as the first country to host the conference. The national chairman of the APC warned political leaders against exploiting religion and ethnicity for political advantage, saying such actions could deepen divisions and leave lasting damage on the country. The APC chairman said Nigeria's diversity should be a source of strength rather than division, stressing that religious and ethnic differences should not undermine the shared humanity and common destiny of Nigerians. Reflecting on his experience as a displaced person during the Bauchi crisis, the APC chairman said violence did not discriminate between Christians and Muslims, as everyone will suffer. When violence comes, it does not matter whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, before it destroys either your home or your humanity or your dignity, he said. He said his experience of living in an internally displaced persons camp, IDP, has taught him that Nigerians could worship differently but still share the same fears, aspirations, and destiny. We may worship differently, but we may suffer together. That's coming from the APC national chairman at that conference on security yesterday. So here you have Mr. President saying that our differences should not tear us apart as a country. Rather, it should strengthen us as one indivisible society, for our society to continue to grow. So, Mr. President is here preaching unity, love, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, whether you're a traditionalist. All of us should see ourselves as brothers and sisters for the progress and growth of Nigeria.
Absolutely. There is only one Nigeria. You might travel abroad, live there for many years, but you will one day return home. And if we do not ensure that we remain in peace, unity, harmony to keep our country together, there won't be a place to call home. There is no place like home. And whether you're a Muslim or a Christian or a traditionalist, we are one Nigeria.
Yes, indeed, we are one. I just hope that the political class will lead by example, not preach the politics of hatred, politics of religion, politics of ethnicity, especially now that we are looking forward to another round of elections in the country. You saw a particular video that trended yesterday coming all the way from Washington State. But we'll save that for the hashtag segment. Still talking politics, single opposition candidate Galadima ADC Difa AP Abga backs Tinubu. Abga backs Tinubu. Leading opposition figures in Nigeria, Buba Galadima, the African Democratic Congress, and the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA, on Monday, shared opposing views on the call by a group of 100 Nigerians for the opposition to close ranks and field a single presidential candidate to run against President Bola Tinubu in 2027 election. Recall that the G100, led by the ex-All Progressive Congress chieftain Salisu Lukman, recently called on presidential candidates, including former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the ADC and his Democratic Congress of Nigeria counterpart, Mr. Peter Obi, as well as their running mate, Rotimi Amechi and Rabiu Kwankwanso, to forge a common front against Tinubu in 2027. The group argued that the fragmented opposition will hand a second tenure to President Bola Tinubu on a platter of gold, noting that no single opposition party is strong enough to unseat the incumbent president. In an interview with The Punch, Galadima welcomed the G100 proposal, noting that the idea enjoys the support of the majority of Nigerians. He said if a single candidate will emerge out of the feelings of Nigerians, why not? But it should not be about partisan politics or selfish people. There are a lot of things to be considered in choosing a single candidate. According to Galadima, one of such criteria is eligibility. Another one is the ability for the job when elected as president of the country. Nigeria has gone into a situation where we need somebody who can spend 16 hours out of 24 on the job. Anybody who cannot do this is out of the question. That said, Galadima questioned the sincerity of the Lukman-led group, saying even with those 100 people, we hope that they are genuinely driven by patriotism to bring forward a candidate who could be supported not out of selfishness or personal needs, but in the interest of the country. Besides presenting a formidable candidate to contest election against Tinubu, the veteran politician advised Nigerians to insist on credible, transparent elections, without which, he said, the votes of the people will count for nothing. There is something which we need to fight for more than the issue of a single opposition candidate. All of us must come together to force this government to conduct a free, fair, and transparent election. That is the foremost thing, and I hope we are not too late on this. When asked if from the pool of opposition presidential candidates there is one capable of changing the governor's narrative, Galadima replied in the affirmative. At least there can be one of them. We can't have 100% rating. Everyone has got his deficiency, but when you look at the candidates, definitely there ought to be one of them that is better than the rest, he stated. While expressing support for the proposal, the ADC disagreed with the G100 argument that only a united opposition can dislodge President Tinubu in 2027. Speaking with our correspondent, the National Publicity Secretary of the ADC, Bolaji Abdullahi, said ADC does not think that the only way to beat Tinubu is through alliance. So it's a whole lot. Major opposition parties in the country, APGA, ADC, NDC, PPP, AAC, all of them are trying to come together to present one single candidate for the 2027 presidential election so that Mr. President, the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will be unseated in 2027. But then, when we play politics in this part of the world, it's all about interest, it's all about selfishness, it's just about ourselves alone. So how they intend to come together, marry their ideas together, and decide on one single candidate is a very big question for me this morning. Would Atiku or Peter Obi drop their ambitions for them to have one single candidate to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027?
I'm just thinking who that candidate will be, because for Atiku, it's like a life ambition to become a president. Look at the number of years he has been running, you know, and the man is not willing to back down. Is it Peter Obi? You know, but again, so another question that I have in my head is this really against, is this coming together, these people that are thinking about having this idea, it's seeming like it's not about wanting to chart the course, a new course for the nation. It's like it's against Tinubu himself. I don't know. That's my own opinion. But again, I'm just also thinking again, these people, are they really, wanting to change things in the nation, or it's just about their own interest, or just because I want to become a president, or I just want to sit, on that presidential seat and say, oh, I'm a president? Do they really have the interest of Nigerians at heart?
That question is quite huge, it's quite big, and I'm still trying to ruminate for me to come out of my shock. If indeed the Nigerian political class are out there to serve the interests of the people, those that are coming together to unseat the ruling party, which is the APC at the federal level, what are they coming to offer Nigerians that is different from what we have seen so far since 1999? Atiku had his time. Peter Obi had his time as the governor of Anambra State, and even Kwankwanso.
They've all had their time.
So,
and what did they do
has
differently?
Nigeria not changed? Now you are coming again, same people in different package of ADC, NDC, AAC, and a couple of other political parties in the country. What are they coming to offer differently? The former Senate President, David Mark, is part of the ADC. Rauf Aragbeshola, former governor of Osun State, is part of the ADC. Amechi was speaker, governor, minister in this country, and things have not changed. So what are you coming to offer Nigerians that is different, rather, from what they have seen before now? Whether it is PDP, ADC, just name the party. It is just like changing the content of the bottle. The color is the same. Politicians are the same in Nigeria. They are not out there to serve the interest of Nigerians. If they are, how come we have not had steady power supply as we speak today? Transportation is still not effective. And we still have an alarming rate of poverty and out-of-school children in this country. But then, if you are blaming the politicians, what about the electorate? Are they tasking them mentally? Are they demanding for good governance? When they are offered bread, do they reject? When they are offered money, do they reject? The governorship election is coming up in Osun State, and I'm sure that there will be vote buying, and the electorate will collect money and still come and lament tomorrow that, oh, our governor is not good, my senator is bad, Mr. President is not doing enough. Your vote is your right for a better future. So you better be wise now as we prepare for another election.
I mean, you have said it. You have said it all. Your vote, again, is your power. This is coming from Lagos Network. Okay, Lagos to replace aging landfills with recycling waste-to-energy plants. The Lagos State government is set to phase out its aging landfills and replace them with material recovery facilities and waste-to-energy plants as the state intensifies efforts to address its worsening waste management crisis. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos Waste Management Authority, Muyiwa Gbadigeshin, disclosed this during Loma's media pally. The session focused on the agency's effort to strengthen waste management through infrastructure development, innovation enforcement, and the transition to a circular economy. Gbadigeshin said the state had faced significant challenges and its major dump sites in recent months, particularly during the rainy season, noting that the situation had been worse this year. He said, according to him, the state had embarked on engineering interventions to extend operational capacity of the affected sites while developing alternative waste management facilities. I want to go down to what they intend to do. He said the rehabilitation of Road E, the second access road to the landfill, and the construction of 2 disposal platforms had improved access and reduced turnaround time for waste trucks. He added that the agency was developing 2 major transfer loading stations at Olusosun and Solus, with the Olusosun facility expected to receive 2,500 tons of waste daily in a controlled indoor environment. He also explained that the The state was also planning to develop waste-to-energy plants, including one in Badagry, describing the project as long-term investment that would take at least 3 to 5 years to complete. It's a long read, but I mean, this is good news for Lagos. We all know the challenge that has been experienced in Lagos over the last few months due to, waste here and there in the state. And this is just, showing the fact that the state government is working tirelessly to ensure that Lagos remains clean.
Yes, there's a very strong link, rather, between general well-being and health. And then why some people are handling the environment with levity is what I'm trying to understand. We can see the huge investment of the Lagos state government on the environment, on cutting away of our refuse, but then we still have some elements in the society who are deviant, and of course, instead of complying with the laws of the land, they will rather disobey these laws at the detriment of the environment. And this is not a good time for Loma. People are complaining, people are lamenting, but we can see that Loma and the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources jointly together, they are doing a lot to ensure that our environment is very, very clean. But then, what is my attitude? What is your attitude towards the cleaning of your surroundings, of our environment? Fine, the monthly environmental sanitation exercise is back, but then because people are allowed to move, some are not even bothered at all about cleaning their surroundings. You see them playing football, watching film, or even driving around when they are expected to be cleaning their environment. So this is a good one coming from Loma, generating energy through waste. And now that waste is wealth, maybe some of these deviants would also have a change of attitude and start treating the environment the way it ought to be treated for the general well-being of everybody. There are laws in Lagos State, and for those who do not know, if you violate those laws, you face the full wrath of the law, and you might be jailed, you might be asked to do community service at any part of the state. So we hold the environment dear in Lagos State, and that should also be the attitude of every Lagosian, irrespective of your local government or local council development area. The environment belongs to all of us, especially now that we are in the age of global warming. We must guide and protect our environment jealously in the interest of all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember that our guest, the lawyer that we had when we were talking about local government autonomy, and he said that waste management is under the purview of the local government and the LCDAs. And so again, I think that the local government chairman should do more in ensuring that residents within their various local councils, take up cleaning of the environment seriously, especially during the monthly sanitation exercise. All right.
Fine. You spoke about local government autonomy, Joy. I don't want to say, and you know as well, some of the things that we see during the monthly environmental sanitation exercise in some local governments and local council development areas. I feel that some of these chairmen as well should take some of these initiative boldly and, of course, consolidate on some of the efforts of the state government so as to ensure that their people are complying with the monthly environmental sanitation exercise and, of course, make the cleaning of their surroundings and habits, not that you wait till the end of the month, just clean, and then wait till another month for you to clean. That's not a good habit. And I feel the local government chairman should start sanctioning residents of their respective council areas for them to comply.
And I think the environmental officers, as the wole, as they are called, should also...
Are they still wole this? Do they still wole this time around?
They say they still wole, but I don't think it used to be as effective as it used to be in yesteryears. Okay, let me take the next story. The National Association of Nigerian Students seeks NEL fund access for Nigerians studying abroad. The National Association of Nigerian Students Turkish Zone has appealed to the Senate to extend the Nigeria Education Loan Fund to eligible Nigerians studying in accredited institutions abroad. The association made the call during an engagement with the Vice Chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organizations, Anthony Yaro. In a statement released on Tuesday, the President, Turkish Zone Daniel Okpala said the delegation sought greater government attention to the welfare and educational financing challenges confronting Nigerian students in the diaspora. According to Okpala, the increasing number of Nigerians studying overseas requires a corresponding review of government policies on education financing. And I quote, "The increasing number of Nigerians pursuing higher education abroad requires corresponding attention from government in its education financing policies." NANS specifically called for a review of the existing NEL Fund framework to enable qualified Nigerian students enrolled in accredited foreign institutions to benefit from government-backed education loans. The association said students studying abroad were facing rising financial pressures due to tuition, accommodation costs, and exchange rate fluctuations. It argued that students should not lose access to government educational support solely because they chose to pursue their studies outside Nigeria. Okay. Anyway, NEL Fund was established under the Students' Loan Access to Higher Education Repeal and Reenactment Act 2024 to provide loans to eligible Nigerians for higher education, vocational training, and skills acquisition. NANS therefore urged the Senate to consider a legislative framework that would extend the scheme to qualified Nigerians studying abroad. Let me stop it here. I mean, if you choose to go and study in the abroad, it means you can afford it.
You can fund your education. Because for you to buy tickets, you pay for accommodation abroad, your daily expenses, and even your school fees. You must come from a
You'd
very
have
good
counted
family,
your cost
except
now.
You're on scholarship.
Except you're on scholarship. But if you are going there with your two eyes open and you know what you're doing, you should have counted your costs before you embarked on that journey. There are a lot of people here in Nigeria who still need access to these funds, and then
even those students that are still here at home, have all of them been able to tap into the NEL Fund initiative for their education, and someone is here talking about Nigerians abroad. To buy ticket alone is not cheap.
If they agree to that, everybody will go and study abroad.
I'll collect NEL Fund, then I'll go abroad and study as well. But it's one of the good initiatives of this present administration, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and at different platforms, people have commended this initiative, which is giving access to those Nigerians who are not able to fund their education or who are from poor families, and this is allowing them to have access to tertiary education, all because we have a president who is very creative, who is very who has taught it upon himself to give access to those Nigerians that are vulnerable. Once again, now let me remind you that our outside broadcast team are right here with us in the premises of Lagos Television. They are standing by for the Nigerian Labour Congress inauguration of the Working People United Support Group. We also have another one standing by at Agege for the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food System commissioning of the Fresh Food Hub. As soon as we have signals from them, we'll link up with them for the highlights of those programs that I did mention earlier. So those are the news points for today. We'll quickly go to the X platform now. I did mention at the beginning of the show that the gubernatorial election of Osun State is coming up on Saturday, the 15th of August, 2026, a few days away from now. And then we have been seeing all kinds of dramas, killings, violence coming from Osun State. And, you know, almost all the actors of politics are involved in this particular issue trending on X this morning. Davido calling on the American president. And, of course, there was one ridiculous one that happened yesterday, a video coming from Senator Francis Fadaunsi saying that if APC members should cite any Accord members, they should kill them. And at the end of the day, towards the evening, when he started receiving bashing online, he was trying to change the narrative.
Why would someone even open his mouth to say that kind of thing?
An elderly man.
Is politics now a do or die affair?
Because of what they are getting from politics, it is now a do or die affair for them. And that statement for me was very inciting. And don't be surprised if some of his followers take advantage of a statement and start unleashing mayhem on others, all in the name of politics.
Whoever
And
does,
Governor Adeleke as well also threw some shades yesterday. The former governor of Osun State, Governor Oyinlola, saying that he called him that he needed a car, and because he did not buy him that car, that was why he left the PDP. Now he's now conniving with members of the APC to unseat him. It's a whole lot of drama on this particular Osun State election, and I just hope that common sense will prevail at the end of the day. And this set of people that we call leaders, you call them distinguished senators. What Senator Francis Fadamsi did is not in any way distinguished by my own standard. I'm
just looking forward to a time and a day when politicians would be able, when it's time for politics, they'll be able to, reel out, intelligent
your manifestos, your plans.
Manifestos, what you intend to do, how you intend to better the lives of your constituents or your people, and not washing dirty linen in the public and saying things to incite people. That's dirty politics.
Dirty politics, politics of desperation. And of course, he's been invited by the police this morning, according to what I read earlier before coming into the studio. I just hope that the police will not be partial because he's a sitting senator. That statement for me is not gentlemanly at all. And I hope that the police will do the needful and, of course, bring him to book because of this particular statement. The election is a few days away from now. And then we hope that common sense will prevail so that people will not lose their lives unnecessarily and properties will not be destroyed at the end of the day. Allow the Osun State people to decide who is going to become their next governor, not by forcing them.
Allow them to decide. But again, the ball is in the court of Osun State people.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to vote. Adenike will not be able to vote. Joshua will not be able to vote. But we'll be monitoring the election from Lagos here, from our situation room right here in Lagos, because we have a stake in that state. And this is to call up on the people of Osun State once again, especially eligible voters, not to sell their votes, not to sell their votes, not to set their votes on Saturday for Indomie or a loaf of bread. I saw a particular video where a particular woman was sharing rice, and she was cursing those that will not vote for APC in that video. That if you collect our rice and you did not vote, something will happen to your children. And people were still collecting.
Nothing will happen. They will collect, they will cook, and they will eat.
The politicians that swore by Bible and Quran, that are stealing our money, did anything happen to them?
Is it just that God is very patient?
Sometimes God can be over patient. We should see their punishment while they are still alive. Honestly. So that's what is trending on X this morning. The Osun State gubernatorial elections, the killings, the statement of Senator Francis Fadamsi yesterday, which trended for so many hours. And hey, Joy, there is something I'm seeing online now. Bread, a loaf of bread. I hope my cameraman can zoom in on this. Asiwaju Munirudin Bola Oyebanji for governor of Osun State.
On a loaf of bread. The label.
Yes.
I don't know.
And this is another one.
This is another one.
The lala. Imolele konsi. Bread as well.
So when you eat the bread, the mole will boil.
Oh my God. Some of these politicians, they are jokers, honestly. They are jokers. So that's Osun State. Governorship election trending on X this morning. We'll take a very short break at this moment. When we come back, we might need to call on God to come and salvage our country, to come and salvage our state, and of course, step in and of course, normalize everything in Nigeria for us. We'll take a break. We'll be right back on the conversation. Stay with us.